We understand that the workers have come up to the surface. It happened late yesterday, but of course there will be some warnings that are awaiting them this morning.
Well, certainly there is a warning that they will be given that will stand for 6 months. We understand that that warning was from the mine, saying that they cannot allow lawlessness to rule this particular mine. What they also said was that as much as they've given them some of the things they've wanted, they also need to make that warning stand so that the employees know that this is a place of employment that is governed by rules. But I guess it's a little price to pay, particularly because the miners, whatever the demands that they had when they started this were in fact all realized. They gave those other miners that were unfairly dismissed, according to them, a fighting chance. Some of them will be reviewed in terms of their employment, but we understand that all of them will be on the payroll of the mine until all of those processes are concluded. But we spoke to some of the mine workers outside as they came out, as they heard that their union has been able to secure all of their demands. And this, if we can just take a listen to a soundbite of one of the mine workers taking us through how much they've had to go through in the 9 days, and of course saying that it was all worth it at the end.
O tholagale gore re robala mo ile gore pleke ya teng ga ya siama mo teng re robala ka di-plastic mo matlapeng go le maruru mo tlase mo so go ne go le thata but through the grace of the Lord we did manage re khone go fitlhella re be re le mo ntho re batla ntho e ke itumelang yone ke gore high discipline, high moral ya NUMSA go khone go re tsamaisana.
All right, well, Lindo, so it seems that, like you say, they say it was all worth it. They seem to have come to some kind of agreement. But these warnings that they're going to be issued with possibly this morning, I understand that the mine is closed at the moment, but when that happens, are we foreseeing that that might cause a bit of a problem, that this might just ruffle feathers again, or was that part of the agreement that they would just get that warning?
Not at all, Yuveka. In fact, they took it in their strides. They even said that, you know what, 6 months is nothing because we are disciplined employees. In fact, the union said so themselves, that we believe that this warning that will stand for 6 months is nothing compared to the gains that we've been able to achieve in that particular mine. But certainly they are happy. They are, in fact, satisfied with the outcome of this. And more so, they are resting today. They got an off day, and tomorrow they will be coming back to work, but not necessarily to go underground, to all be checked if they are fit enough to resume work. But they've also expressed that they are willing to work, that this was just a matter that they had to settle, they had to address before they could commence with any kind of work. But certainly we're not foreseeing any feathers being rattled there, particularly by that decision to give them all the warnings. They said that 6 months is a little time for them as they are disciplined employees.
Now it seems, Lindo, that as much as they've come to this kind of agreement, they are going back, they will be back at work. And I'm just looking at the statement released by NUMSA talking about the end of the strike, but still saying that the sacrifice was worth it, and the sacrifice being the conditions that they were in underground as well during this protest. The sacrifice was worth it in order to expose a ruthless management. And this is still the management that they're going to have to deal with after coming to the surface. So I just have to wonder if that's still the description of management, if that's still how they see management, you know, just how are they hoping to have a kind of working relationship with the management that they continue to describe as ruthless?
Well, they still describe them as a ruthless management. They still describe them as an untransformed management. More so, in fact, when the employees surfaced, one of the first utterances that they said was that there's still a lot to be fought for, particularly about salaries. Some of them even mentioning that they get as little as 3,500 rands per month, but saying that there is a lot to fight for. But for now, they said that they do not want to take these 2 steps steps forward and then also be an enemy for themselves. They're saying that it is a fight for another day. So what they will be doing is that NUMSA said that they will be pushing for a proper election in terms of the unions that will be representing them, and thereafter the fight will continue around all of those issues that had surfaced, particularly from those miners who came to surface and said this is exactly what we want to happen, telling NUMSA before they agreed on the terms that were presented to them.
All right, and very quickly for us, Lindo, then it's expected to be back to business on Monday, I assume?
It's expected to be back to business on Monday. In fact, I can see right now this particular gate that was closed for quite some time. Today you even see cars going in, so it seems that even the employees that were not underground are reporting for duty today. But it seems it's business as usual right now, and of course those mine workers are expected to come back to the mine a little after that testing of whether they are fit enough to go underground.
All right, thanks very much, Lindo Koshak-Pulu, out there at Lanxess mine in Rustenburg. Just the aftermath now of this protest after the agreement, some sort of agreement has been reached between the two sides. Well,